Hey guys, this is going to be a diamond versus platinum, so myself against another platinum player in a TvP matchup. And this is just going to be my basic opening strategy against Protoss, and I've kind of stolen it from Force Strategy Gaming's recent commentaries on Happy versus Naniwa. So I'm trying to mimic slightly what Happy does in some of his matchups. So this is going to be a 1-1-1 opening into bio. So up here we have my opponent, what's his name? Blue Shift. And I'm over here on the right. So yeah, let's get into this. So, again, like I said, I'm going to open 1-1-1. And then from that 1-1-1 with Cloak Banshees, I'm going to throw down 3 racks in an expansion and play on from there. So what we're going to do is we're going to speed up ×4 because I don't want to blabber my mouth off about nothing. So putting my supply depot down, barracks, basic wall off. So you know, there are strategies to beat this, such as Void Rays. We can charge up on the supply depots and cause a lot of damage. But you know, I'm worried about Zealot rushes and stupid stuff like that. So I managed to destroy his probe. I go for my scout now. I'm throwing down my second gas after orbital. Going into factory. I get my scouting information off. I can see 2 gateways. He's chrono boosting warp gate. I throw down my starport, so I'm going to slow this down a little bit. So I just got 6 guys in gas now. Putting the tech lab on my factory so I can then lift off my factory, put my starport on eventually. Actually, as the starport's building, I'm throwing down my expansion. So I have a bunker with 4 marines, so this is going to hold off this stalker that's going to come up the ramp here. I always like to do this because unless I have a tech lab on my barracks and I'm getting a marauder, there's no real way to hold off that stalker. You can come up, pick off 1 marine at a time, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. So a bunker, you know, gives you that extra range and that defense. So now my starport's landing on the tech lab, and I'm gonna get cloak and my first banshee. The only problem is I'm supply blocked. So this is the difference between like a high level diamond player, masters level player, and myself. So basically, I've got the sort of strategy down. Like I want to go 1-1-1. You know, I have the timings or you know the right amount of gas and everything. But you know, I do stupid things like supply block myself. So now I finally get that banshee out. My expansion's almost done. I have enough supply now to do a lot more. So he's coming out with his expansion. He's got a couple of sentries for defense. Typical. What's he got here? So he's going into 4 gate, no robo, off his expansion. Interesting. So usually you see a 3 gate robo, so you have good defense against any sort of shenanigans like banshees, which I'm going to be going. Anyways, so now my expansion's done. I'll probably turn that into an orbital. I think I pumped out 1 SCV out of it first. You can see he is beating me in the harvester count, but not by much. My banshee's coming in. He's got 2 stalkers, a couple zealots, a couple sentries. It's a little bit of a mix. He hasn't turned. Oh, finally turned those into warp gates. And my banshee's coming in here. Cloak is finished, but I'm not going to reveal it just yet. So kill off 4 workers, 5 workers, 6 workers before his stalker even shows up. And then I pull it back. I am pumping out another banshee here. Now I'm just going to move to the expansion. 7 workers killed. 7 workers killed, and I finally show cloak. Now, I think I eventually started individually targeting down probes because I realized he doesn't have an observer because he would have pulled it out by now. So I'm at 11 workers killed, 12, and I see his whole army moving away. So I realize, you know, he doesn't have that observer. He probably doesn't have the tech to get it out. So he's kind of given up on his probe line. He's just going to go for the counter, and that's exactly what he's doing. So what do I do at this point? I produce 1 more banshee. I figure that's the tech he can't defend against. I have my 3 barracks that I threw down here while my banshees were being created with tech lab, so I'm just pumping out marauders because you know that's going to defend his stalkers that I saw, and especially his sentries. I've got my bunker. I pull off SCVs to defend the bunker. I put my factory down the front here. This is something Happy loves to do, I noticed. It slows down pushes. If he tries to move up my ramp, he's kind of channeled even more. You can kind of use it as a distraction for the stalkers. It's just his typical strategy, so I like this. So you can just, you can see now I've destroyed 38 workers, so he has no workers left in his base. My Banshee's destroyed everything. So if he doesn't win this, game over for him. So good force fields here on the bunker, but he actually didn't even do much damage on them at all. If you actually look at the lost here, I only lost 300 resources. He lost everything, all his probes, all his army. I lost 300 resources. So how many of those were workers? So one worker. So I lost 250 resources in army, and 50 resources in my one SCV that I lost. So you can see, like, you know, he said GG, well played, and you know, this is, you know, just a very typical opening. You know, you go cloaked banshees into typical bio. I would have pushed off with my expansion at this point. I only had 30 workers at this point. I actually stopped building workers because I was busy microing stuff around. So yeah, I dropped my expansion down. I'd take my starport off, put a reactor on it. Probably put another barracks on this tech lab. Start pumping out medevacs or Vikings if you want Colossus tech. And start going kind of bio Marine Marauder medevac style. So, you know, it's a very good opener. If the guy doesn't have Robotech, he's dead. If he does, you can still pull off a lot of damage with 2 Banshees, you know, microing them back and not allowing the stalkers to kill them off, keeping them alive as long as possible. It at least forces him to stay near his base, and allows you to sort of do what you want on your 2 bases. So yep, so that's my typical opening now. It works fairly well, and it definitely works for Happy. So if he can do it, maybe I can do it just as well eventually. Okay, take care, guys. If you found the video useful, like it, please. I love seeing that. Keeps me motivated to do more of these videos. Subscribe. I'm noticing that I'm actually getting a few subscribers now, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, talk to you guys later. Bye.